So do you see how the comparison can be in real time then of who is actually the best nigga in the NBA between them two? I'm sorry if you wasn't a fan back then to have listened to this. The world was trying to see who was a better player between those two. They were roughly the same age, competing for the scoring title.
What if I told you the Lakers dynasty almost looked completely different? What if Tracy McGrady, not just alongside, but instead of Kobe Bryant, was supposed to be Shaq's running mate? We're about to unveil Jerry West's secret plan, one that could have changed NBA history forever.
First team All-NBA. Shaq is averaging 38 and 16 in the finals. If I was Shaq's teammate at that time,
I don't know. Penny Hardaway didn't get one.
Penny was a second-year player.
I'm just saying.
Penny Hardaway was older than Shaq.
Yo, what's good, basketball heads? Before we blow your mind with this alternate reality, make sure to smash that subscribe button, because we're about to expose just how close T-Mac came to wearing purple and gold. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to look at those Lakers championships very differently.
Why would I mention Tracy McGrady being compared to Kobe? Kobe Bryant averaged 30 points a game in 02-03. Do you want to see what T-Mac 02-03. 02-03, the leading scorer in the NBA.
So, Gilbert Arenas has been going off lately, defending Tracy McGrady's controversial take about winning rings with Shaq.
Who is actually the best nigga in the NBA between them two? I'm sorry if you wasn't a fan back then to have listened to this. The world was trying to see who was a better player between those two. They were roughly the same age, competing for the scoring title.
But here's what most people don't know. This isn't just some hypothetical fantasy. Jerry West actually tried to make this happen. And not in 1996 before Kobe, but in 1997, after Kobe was already on the team.
To watch him work out, it was like ridiculous, okay? I mean, like a man playing against kindergarten people. That's how advanced he was. He was versatile, but he was a ferocious defender.
According to former Lakers coach Del Harris, Jerry West became obsessed with Tracy McGrady after his pre-draft workout in 1997. And when I say obsessed, I mean the logo was ready to blow up the entire roster just to get him. This isn't speculation, folks. This is documented history. History that somehow got buried under all those championship parades.
There's a lot of moving parts that has to come into play to winning championships. With my game and how I played, you don't think if I had the right pieces around me, I couldn't win a championship? Bro, I was one of the top players in the league. I just didn't have the pieces around me.
But let's rewind to where it all started. It's July 1996 at the legendary Adidas ABCD camp. Tracy McGrady walks in wearing jersey number 175. Yeah, 175. He was literally the last player invited. Nobody knew who this skinny kid from Florida was. He wasn't even on the top 500 recruiting lists. Here's where it gets crazy. Adidas had both future superstars in their camp system. Kobe had already made waves. But T-Mac, this unknown kid, went from wearing jersey number 175 to being the #1 ranked player in the country by the end of that camp. We're talking about a 6 feet 8 inches guard who was crossing up Lamar Odom and throwing down windmill dunks on future NBA players. Sonny Vaccaro, the godfather of basketball camps, gave T-Mac that platform, and the kid absolutely wrecked it. NBA scouts were literally calling their GMs during halftime saying, "We found the next one." Fast forward to 1997. T-Mac enters the draft, and guess who's first in line? Jerry West and the Lakers. Now remember, they already had Kobe from the previous year. But according to Del Harris himself, and this is a direct quote, McGrady's workout was even more impressive than Kobe's legendary workout that made West trade for him.
Tracy McGrady, according to Jerry West, came in with a more mature body and had probably even an even better workout with Michael Cooper the following season when he was supposed to get drafted. And Jerry West was so impressed that his plan was to bring Tracy McGrady onto the Lakers.
Think about that for a second. Jerry West watched teenage Kobe destroy Michael Cooper in workouts and said, yeah, he's special. Then a year later he watched T-Mac and said, hold up, we might need both of them. The logo wanted to create a big three before big threes were even a thing. Shaq, Kobe, and T-Mac. But here's where the story takes a turn. Lakers owner Jerry Buss shut it down. Why? Because he didn't want to give up Eddie Jones, their all-star guard, for another teenager. Buss was desperate to end the championship drought, and he thought adding another high school kid would only set them back. Imagine being the guy who said no to Tracy McGrady.
So Jerry West wanted to trade Eddie Jones for Tracy McGrady, but Jerry Buss pulled the plug on the deal. And the reason he did that was because he thought the Lakers would not be in the title mix if they had traded for a young Tracy McGrady. They felt that now Kobe and McGrady, it probably would have took them more time to try to develop, and they would have not been in contention for championships for years to come.
Now, wait a minute, let's address the Mamba in the room. Before we crown T-Mac as the lost Laker legend, we need to remember what Kobe Bryant actually was at 18 years old.
I saw a clip you said something like Kobe tricked you for like 5 years straight, like with.
Oh yeah, with the whole I thought that was like, you know, because I one thing about me, people know when they play me, like I know all the plays, I read the scouting reports, I do a deep dive in it. So like for forever, I thought it was just like a call that he was calling that Phil Jackson was like, you know, feel like Kobe, you know how he used to do with Mike, triangle offense. Man, I realized that shit was give me the ball and everybody get the fuck out the way.
Even LeBron James admitted he was fooled by Kobe's basketball genius. For like 5 years, I thought Kobe was calling real plays, LeBron said. Bro was just saying, get out the way. You think T-Mac at 18 had that same swagger? That same, I'll take your best defender and drop 81 on him mentality?
There's 3 people in my lifetime that I admired how hard they worked. Jerry Rice, Walter Payton, Kobe Bryant. He never worked out just once a day. He would get up at 4 in the morning.
Let's not forget what Michael Cooper said after Kobe's workout. This kid is better than anyone on our roster right now. This is Michael Cooper we're talking about, a defensive specialist who once shut down Larry Bird in the finals. And teenage Kobe made him look silly. That's not revisionist history. That's what actually happened. Now fast forward to recently. Gilbert Arenas has been going hard defending T-Mac's comments about winning with Shaq. And Gil's been in those rooms. He played against both these legends in their primes. He even dropped 40 on T-Mac the same night Tracy scored 62. And you know what Gilbert said? That T-Mac should have had 80 or 90 that night, if he hadn't lost his rhythm.
How can ring culture matter? And I said, Kobe would agree with LeBron because Kobe was affected by the ring culture bullshit that was spewed. He had 3 rings, and he was being compared still to Scottie Pippen, and he was being compared to who is better between him and Tracy McGrady.
Arenas keeps emphasizing that this was about ring culture, not disrespecting Kobe. T-Mac and Kobe were tight, like brothers. The whole debate is about how we judge careers based on team accomplishments. As Gil said, they were talking about rings, ring culture, and how it shouldn't dictate your career. But here's what's really interesting. In 2002, with Kobe already holding 3 rings, people were still debating whether T-Mac or Kobe was better. If rings were everything, that debate would have ended right there. Yet T-Mac was so good in Orlando, averaging 32 points per game, that even without a single championship he was still in the conversation with a 3-time champion. Let's play this out. What if Jerry Buss had said yes to the T-Mac trade in 1997? We're looking at 2 possible scenarios. Scenario 1, the Lakers keep both Kobe and T-Mac alongside Shaq. That's 3 alpha scorers on one team. Phil Jackson arrives in 1999 and now has to manage 3 egos instead of 2. Would the triangle offense even work with 3 ball-dominant stars? Or would they implode like so many other super teams overloaded with talent? Scenario 2, the Lakers choose T-Mac over Kobe and trade away the young Mamba. Maybe Kobe ends up in Toronto with Vince Carter, while the Lakers build around T-Mac and Shaq. Based on what we know about T-Mac's more laid-back personality, maybe he and Shaq never have the legendary feuds that eventually broke up the Lakers dynasty. But here's the real question. Would T-Mac have developed the same killer instinct playing alongside Shaq from day one? Or would he have coasted on natural talent, the way critics sometimes accused him of doing? That's the difference between Kobe and T-Mac. T-Mac was naturally more gifted, but Kobe had the psychotic work ethic. He was in the gym at 4 a.m. Shaq himself admitted T-Mac might have had more talent, but Kobe had more dog in him. T-Mac even recalled the exact moment he realized Kobe had arrived. Game 4 of the 2000 NBA Finals against Indiana. Shaq fouled out in overtime, and 21-year-old Kobe took over. He wasn't Shaq's sidekick anymore. He was a killer, ready to rip your heart out. The historical record backs up how special T-Mac was as a prospect. Del Harris confirmed Jerry West wanted to trade for McGrady's draft rights in 1997. To pull it off, the Lakers would have needed to give up Eddie Jones, their first-round pick, and probably Eldon Campbell just to move into the top 10. That's a steep price for an unproven 18-year-old. But Jerry West, the man who built Showtime, discovered Kobe, and brought in Shaq, was ready to risk it all for T-Mac. That alone says everything about how highly McGrady was regarded. But here's the reality. Kobe Bryant finished with 5 championships, 2 Finals MVPs, 1 League MVP, an 81-point game, and 18 All-Star appearances. Tracy McGrady, on the other hand, retired with 0 championships, 0 Finals appearances, 2 scoring titles, and 7 All-Star selections. Context matters, though. T-Mac never had a Shaq. When he played with Grant Hill, Hill's ankles gave out. When he played with Yao Ming, Yao's feet couldn't hold up. McGrady never had a healthy Hall of Fame big man during his prime. Yet from 2001 to 2005, he averaged 28 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists on teams that had no business even making the playoffs. He still produced jaw-dropping moments. The scoring titles, the 62-point game, the iconic 13 points in 33 seconds. As Stephen A. Smith once said, Tracy McGrady was probably more gifted, but Kobe Bryant was a savage.
Now he scared me. Kobe scared the living shit out of me, because here's why. Kobe was a savant. You did not know more basketball than Kobe Bryant.